Good morning, Lompoc.
Good morning, Lompoc. It is so good to have you here.
Yes, happy Friday.
Friday. It just, the weekend is here again. Rinse and repeat. We hope you guys have had a really good week. There's been a few things happening around the area that we definitely want to talk about. In a few minutes, we're going to be joined live by Mayor Jenelle Osborne to discuss some of the...
She's going to give us some updates on COVID here in the county, as well as the new efforts to get rid of or control the illegal fireworks here in Lompoc.
Yeah.
So she's going to talk a little bit about that, which I'm very thankful for. My cat is too. So we'll have her on in a few minutes. We'll also be chatting with Executive Director Holly Carmody of Angels Foster Care. They're based in Santa Barbara County organization, and they have a really cool program that they approached us and just wanted to share, and we learned more about it, and they want to spread more outreach here in Lompoc. So.
Yeah, it was just a fascinating conversation, and I learned so much about just the process that I didn't know. So if you're ready to feel good today about something, that was a really fun interview and really heartwarming.
She is the cutest.
Yeah,
oh my gosh,
it was really special. So stay tuned for that.
Yes.
What else do we have happening today?
And then we're going to talk a little bit about the grocery outlet campaign. It just launched this week. So it's the Independence from Hunger, and the all their donations this year are going to one organization, the Lompoc Food Pantry, which services only Lompoc families here in town. So they're going to share a little bit more about that, and we're going to be partnering with them to kind of ramp up the campaign next week. So
we'll give you more details soon about that, but it should be an
Monday.
Exciting collaboration. So we're very excited for that, and we love the folks at Grocery Outlet.
Oh my gosh, they're so much fun. So we're looking forward to that.
I still haven't figured out which aisle is my favorite at the grocery store, but
so weird. And then James Hurd, our junior anchorman, he's going to be sharing some weekend tips to get get some fun in the sun this weekend.
This is kind of probably the highlight of the show.
Gosh, seriously. See, that's towards the end so that you stay on. So.
And thank you to camera person Kimberly Ray Hurd for capturing this and sending it our way.
So. AKA Mom. So
awesome. We've got a couple little fun things to get you started. Some random things that happened around the country or the world, and so talk about those.
Yeah, you wanted to share a little bit of news about the NASCAR stuff. So.
Yeah, that's we don't talk about NASCAR that often, but everyone knows there's been some race issues and some complicated things happening in our country.
NASCAR banned the Confederate flag, which was a great move, and then there was a lot of controversy because the only black driver for NASCAR found a noose in his garage, and that day they flew a Confederate flag over NASCAR. So this was actually a positive story.
So I don't really pay attention to NASCAR, and you just assume that, that's a different side of our country. But every single driver there stood up for Bubba Wallace, and at the start of the race in Talladega, they all pushed his car to the front in a gesture of solidarity and unity. And I thought that was just an incredibly positive step in the right direction for that. So you can see them there all supporting him. I know it was an overwhelming emotional experience for the driver, Bubba Wallace. And I believe Richard Petty actually owns the car, or he drives for Richard Petty, and Richard Petty made a statement, something to the effect that racism has no place in NASCAR. So anyway, steps in the right direction. I thought that was really positive.
I love
so
that.
We should share that.
Yes. And then there was a family who was out walking near a pond, and they found a little...
This is our international news. Over in England.
Over in England, they found a baby duck egg, and they were trying to find the nest for this egg, and they weren't able to do that. So they brought it home, and they cooked duck for dinner. So
no.
How do you like your duck prepared?
So this is Will Hall and Alice Kendall. They're out walking. They tried to find the nest. They couldn't find it. They took this egg home, put it in the oven at 32 degrees Celsius, which is about 100 degrees Fahrenheit, I think.
Yep, and it
hatched. What do you know? In 2 hours, the shell started to crack, and out pops this duck. And there's some really fun photos of this little duck. I don't know if it's male or female.
He's perfectly baked.
But yeah, and they're going to wait for it to get full size, and then they're going to take it back out to nature, and hopefully it survives, and all of those great things. But hey,
a little
how
duck
cool
in
is
the
that?
oven.
Yeah.
I just thought that was the cutest
So
story.
kids, don't just take eggs out of the fridge and throw them in the oven.
And don't put a live duck in the oven.
No. Well, the other option to put it in. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
But anyway, fun random story there about life.
Yeah.
So, hey, what do you know? What else do we have?
You
before we
had some
talk
news about Tanzania.
Oh, this is so cool. So in Tanzania, literally, that's the only place in the world that you can find Tanzanite.
Okay.
So this small miner, just a single guy.
The name is appropriate.
Yes. So his name is Sananiu Lazer. He's 52. He received a check for 7.74 billion Tanzanian shillings. It's a lot. That actually equates to about $3.3 million. So this guy scored.
Wow.
And did we have that video of that?
Yep, I do.
Yeah, so they're both about the size of his forearm. Just an incredible
Those are
find.
huge.
Anyway, he's going to throw a big party, and his goal is to build some schools and a shopping mall in the area that he's from because it's absolutely poor there. So anyway, what a crazy, incredible story. Look at the
Wow.
size. That's Tanzanite.
Wow.
And those two things together are worth over $3 million.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's a really cool story.
Anyway, something random, something cool,
Yeah.
something positive. Well, Michelle, that's all I have for my little
All right.
tidbits of
Should we go to
information.
Janelle?
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see if
we can
she's
get her to
ready
work.
here.
Hang tight. Don't forget to share and invite your friends if they're not on yet. That's always super helpful. We've got some important information coming up. Thank you guys for doing that and for
All right.
bringing people on board. There she is.
There's Janelle. And all right. Janelle, can you hear us?
Da-da-da.
Can you hear? Let's see. 1 second.
We're almost there. Almost there.
Oh, unmute.
Hello, hello.
Janelle, can you hear us? Oh, perfect.
Perfect.
Excellent.
Okay.
And let us know if you guys can't hear Janelle for some reason.
Yes, raise
So,
your hand or
raise your
say
hand.
yes.
Yes, exactly. We're all familiar with Zoom now.
How are you doing this morning?
Oh, 1 second. I don't think they can hear you.
Hang on
One
just a
sec.
second.
Let me just
Oh, that's good. Her
So
volume, is her volume up all the way?
let's see. No audio from her. Okay. 1 second, guys.
No sound from Janelle. Okay, hang tight. We're going to try to figure this out.
She's not on mute, and the system audio is not muted. Let's try. I'm just going to unplug this, and we're going to maybe just change our
We can get it through the
audio
mic,
for a
too.
second. Yeah.
All right, let's try that.
All right. Maybe just say something, Janelle.
Well, good morning, Lompoc. Can you hear me now?
All right, let us know if you can hear. We're trying to get this fixed. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Da-da-da. Say a few more words, Janelle. Sorry.
Alrighty. I think that we have some good news this morning, along with some of, the stressful things we know about COVID-19 locally.
Okay, I think they can hear you, so that's a
Great.
good news. All right.
Perfect.
And I'm going to turn this up just a little bit
Perfect.
so she gets... Okay,
Should I
Let's
change
give
it
this a
from
try.
the H4 to this to just sound audio?
sure.
Well, I don't.
No, that's fine there.
Okay.
I think
All right.
that's good.
Perfect. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you guys for your patience.
Sorry about that.
Janelle, you were going to tell us some good news, hopefully, and then some updates from the city. So we'll give it to you.
Yeah, so I know that we're all a bit stressed about the rise in COVID-19 infections across the county and the state and, the U.S. in general. So it is with great concern, but good news that the county has added another set of business that can open this morning, starting at 8 a.m. As anestheticians, that's a mouthful, at 8 a.m. Skincare, cosmetology, nail salons, tattoos, piercing shops, massage therapy, those things that, we primp and care for ourselves and treat ourselves under stressful times, non-stressful times are able to reopen.
Great.
Businesses should go through the attestation process online at recoverysbc.org. org. You go through that process online. When you finish it, there's some forms you print out and some signs that you must post in your business, but we are moving forward with that. There is still the requirement to social distance and to wear masks. That has transitioned. The state now mandates masks be worn all the time, so the local ordinance is being rescinded. That only said if you were outdoors and couldn't social distance, the state ordinance says you should wear masks outside just because of the rise in transmission of COVID-19. So again, concerns, but our hospitalization rate has not increased. We've had a few, but not in a rate that matches the number of infections. So the county was able to go ahead and move forward on the next stage of these businesses reopening. So that's good news. On the stress that our community has been experiencing with fireworks, much research has shown that it is a nationwide occurrence. We're not the only community that has felt bombarded by illegal firework usage.
I saw that, yeah.
It is happening across the country, and many communities are trying to, combat it, even those where they don't have safe and sane fireworks as an outlet as well.
Mm-hmm.
So our normal window that we would normally set up our team of PD to go out and monitor hadn't been set up yet. It usually happens right around the 4th. So we accelerated that and have a volunteer, but it's overtime pay, but officers who volunteer to do that overtime to focus on trying to catch the illegal firework use in our community.
Mm-hmm.
So they are in plain clothes, unmarked cars, so that it is easier to monitor rather than a marked car. Usually there are lookouts and they tell them they're coming. So, we've started that team sooner than we normally have.
Wow.
Fireworks, the illegal kind, are illegal. Safe and sane are illegal until July 4th between 9 a.m. and 10 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
And so, it's been stressful for all of us. We're a small community. We're a valley. It's easy to hear them. And it is stressful for those of us who have animals that, loud noises bother. It's stressful for those of us that are trying to get a good night's sleep to get up and still go to work, or have small children who wake for this. And finally, we have a very large veterans community. So PTSD is a huge problem.
Mm-hmm.
And I really want to ask the community to remember to be neighborly. This is a stressful time with COVID-19 already, and creating an environment that doesn't allow you to get the rest and sleep you need increases your susceptibility to any kind of disease or infection. So stress is not something we want to create in our community. And I realize that a lot of people are bored and just want to have fun,
mm-hmm.
and I absolutely respect that. But at the same time, we have to learn to live together and be respectful of each other and embrace the things that are alike and respect the differences. So please hold off for the Safe and Sane. Those sales start on Saturday, the June 28th at noon, and several locations around the city. And then you can only set those off again on July 4th between 9 a.m. and 10 p.m. But all other usage, including Safe and Sane, outside of that window, we're attempting to catch, ticket, and enforce it aggressively, as we always planned to, but just some years better to address it than others.
So did I understand you right that the police officers are volunteering their time to go around and... No, okay.
It's overtime.
It's overtime, okay.
Because we're short-staffed,
Mm-hmm.
Instead of being assigned to the team, we're asking the officers who would like the additional workload, because it is time away from their families.
Okay, got it.
And so I meant volunteer to take on that additional workload. So
I see, okay.
We can't have a volunteer team based on our ordinance, but we can't, with the stress on our police department and the already overtime work that's happening just on trying to respond to the normal environment. We asked for volunteers who would be willing to do the overtime work, but they are being paid.
Got it. Okay.
And it will be an additional cost. We will see an increase for this month in the cost of doing those things, because we do get I believe it's about $10,000 from Safe and Sane to address this issue, but that is not enough to cover the kind of overtime that it takes to really enforce our illegal fireworks ordinance.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I know that if somebody's concerned about the people not wearing masks in town, I know that there's a countywide requirement to wear a mask in public, but it's not necessarily something that, I mean, for the most part, I've been seeing people wearing masks when they're out and about in grocery stores, everywhere. So, and like you said, the Lompoc rate isn't increasing dramatically. I don't know if you want to address that at all.
Sure. Yeah. The Lompoc rate has increased. At the beginning of the week, we had about 10 new cases, but it's nowhere near what Santa Maria or Santa Barbara are experiencing. And it is expected, as part of sort of the reopening happens and more people are interacting that they might not have interacted with and socializing, that you'll see an increase in cases. And so the desire for us to get through this is to hopefully the infections aren't as aggressive and don't lead to hospitalization or ICU. And so far, that's what County Public Health is seeing, is that the hospitalization rate hasn't increased aggressively like the caseload has. So that's why they made the decision to go ahead and allow the next level of businesses to open. But at any moment, you could see what's happening in, say, states like Texas, where their ICU beds are overflowing, so they are closing their bars and restaurants. They are, they're just now mandating the mask mandate. My family's from Texas, and I'm staying in contact with them, and so we're watching that as a result of it also. Already doing that and seeing the cases. There was an example out of the Midwest where they had reopened, and a stylist had gone back to work doing hair and had over 30 customers come through several series of days, but she had her mask on. All her clients had masks on, and it turns out she was COVID-19 positive and started showing symptoms, but none of her customers got it because everybody was wearing the masks. They were following all the protocols to clean between clients. And so I know it's anecdotal, but it really is about reducing transmission. It doesn't completely prevent it, but it is one of those scenarios that the more we can practice these new habits of cleanliness and washing our hands and wiping things down and wearing masks to reduce our transmission of potential really helps. And in some places, they're even considering face shields because that does prevent it coming onto you if somebody coughs. So again, I think it's, we're learning still day by day. We're a couple of months into this and we still don't know enough about the disease. So really taking every precaution and treating it seriously, because it knows no boundaries, whether you're young or you're old, whether you're one color or another, or whether you're Republican or a Democrat or an independent. It's not filtering those things.
Yep.
It's going to hit us all at some level. And at this point, many of us know someone who has gone through it and have seen firsthand how difficult it is and how hard it is to get through it, or may have lost someone. So I really just ask everyone, as we move to reopening and doing more and more things, also remember to be, again, conscientious of your neighbor and respect the people around you. It's kind of the same as the fireworks, wear the masks and social distance when you can, and because I really don't want to lose any more of our community in any way, shape, or form.
Yep, same here. Well, thank you so much, Jenelle. We so appreciate it.
It's a great update. It's a good reminder to keep to not assume everything's just fine, but to just be cautious, and that we can still have some economy here, so that's good news. So thank you.
Unfortunately, they did announce yesterday that Lompoc does have the highest unemployment rate amongst the county. I believe that's because we are such a huge service provider community. Many of our residents work for the hotels, work for some of the restaurants that had to close, and some of the businesses that had to close. So I'm asking the Workforce Development Board how they're going to help address that locally, given their main offices are in Santa Barbara and Santa Maria. And as I find out more information, I'll let the community know. But, I know people are struggling, and I know that this is not over and that it may be a while. But I think, again, if we work together as a community, we will come out of this safe and well.
Awesome.
We hope so too. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you,
Janelle.
Janelle.
We appreciate it.
Have a great day, guys.
Awesome.
You
Have a
too.
great
Talk
weekend.
to you soon. Bye-bye. All right.
Hey.
Just give me a second.
Sure.
To that point, let's see.
All right,
One
I think
second.
we're back.
I did want to address, I think we'll just go right into the Independence from Hunger. So we
Okay.
had a chance to meet Angel.
Well, we have to, so just in case a lot of people are joining us, what are we talking about now?
So,
yeah.
the Crockers over at Grocery Outlet are kicking off their campaign for Independence from Hunger. So they are raising money all through the month of July and beginning this week, so last week of June here, in order to raise, their goal is to raise $20,000.
$20,000.
And that would all benefit the Lompoc Food Pantry,
Yes.
which services only families from Lompoc.
Yep.
And $1 can buy on average about 7 pounds of food for these families. And last year, the Lompoc Food Pantry fed about 6,000 families. And when we chatted with Angel the other day, he said that the need has gone up 40% this year because of unemployment, because of COVID. So this is so important, and they put together a quick video. Some of you might have already seen this if you follow Grocery Outlet.
And again, before you play, stay tuned next week because we're going to do something collaborative and fun and do everything to bring as much attention to what they're doing at Grocery Outlet to raise this money.
We're still fleshing out details,
yes,
so
it's going to be exciting.
We'll figure that out, but we'll have more updates for you on Monday. But here is their announcement about that. So thank you so much to Alex and Aaron Crocker over at Grocery Outlet.
Hello, Lompoc. It is that time of year again. IFH 2020, Independence from Hunger, is kicking off today at your local Lompoc Grocery Outlet. If you don't know what that is, every July we raise money for local organizations to help fight hunger here in our town. Every dollar that we raise stays right here locally. This year we are working with the Lompoc Food Pantry, and we have a goal, a very lofty goal of $20,000. That's a lot. Last year we raised $13,300. We were very excited about that, and we have upped it a lot this year. But we need your help to do that, and we are kicking it off officially today with our very first donation right now. I'm going to show you how easy it is to come in and help out people here in our community. You come through the register. You have a lovely cashier here. Oh.
Good morning.
You buy your groceries. I've bought some groceries. Oh, what is this give 5, get 5?
Oh, let me tell you about that.
Okay.
If you donate $5 to our IFH campaign,
Yes.
you will receive on your receipt a $5 coupon.
Wow.
Yep.
I'm there. Let's do it.
Great.
Okay, off we go.
$5.
$5. And I will pay for that now. Now, the $5 coupon that you get is a $5 off 25. It starts here in a couple weeks. And every time you come in, anytime you do a $5 donation, you will get an additional $5 coupon all throughout the month of July, including this week here, the last week of June. I will show you what that coupon looks like here. There it is. Easy as that. $5 donation. Every single penny of that $5 I just donated will go to the Lompoc Food Pantry. For every dollar that they raise, they can get 7 pounds of food, and that feeds a ton of people. Last year alone, the Lompoc Food Pantry serviced almost 6,000 families right here in Lompoc. That's a lot of people. There's lots of people that use the Lompoc Food Pantry that you may not expect, and we are trying to help them out this year. They have had a lot of struggles keeping those shelves full with everything else going on, and we want to be there for them, but we need your help. So please come down and see us. We've got bags of food to donate. We have a kids IFH. If you've got a kiddo, pick up some coloring pages, or if they come in with you. If they bring this back colored, or if they just color us a picture, we will donate $1 in the kid's name, because we want the kids to help out too. We've got lots of ways to donate, and we're going to be talking about it all month. But today is the kickoff day. Please come down and see us. Help us out. Lompoc Food Pantry. Every dollar stays here in our community. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
So anyway, don't forget, if you can, or you can spare a little bit, if you make it into Grocery Outlet, it's just a few bucks to donate, but it all adds up, and it really helps our community.
Well, and they're giving you a coupon to spend money with that $5, so it seems like a no-brainer to me. But maybe pop in a little extra if you can. So it all stays local, and if you do write checks to the Lompoc Food Pantry, remember it's a Lompoc Food Pantry, not the food bank. They are
two different things.
Distinctly different. So
and if you don't shop at Grocery Outlet for some reason, you've just never been there, you should visit. But if you aren't going to make it in there, you can still, there's some way to get a donation to this effort. So if you'd like to participate in that raising of $20,000, either reach out to the Crockers, Aaron and Alex at Grocery Outlet, or send us a message and we'll just forward it on to them as well. So,
all right. So next we're going to chat with Holly Carmody of Angels Foster Care. So they have a really cool program. They reached out to us to see if we could share a little bit about their organization on our show. And we learned so much. They focus on infants and toddlers and fostering those families. And I have a few more facts about it, but I think I'll share that after our interview because Holly can lay it all out and talk a little bit about how their organization got started. So thank you so much, Holly, for reaching out to us. I was just fascinated by you and I love your enthusiasm for what you do. So thank you.
Maybe tell us a little bit about the background or the development of your entity and how it came together and the thoughtfulness that carved a unique path for taking care of kids.
So Michelle Arns, who is a small business owner here in Santa Barbara County, was volunteering as a CASA, which is Court-Appointed Special Advocate, and working with children in foster care. And this was way back in 2006 is when our agency was founded here. And she had been assigned to two very small boys, these two little brothers, and they ended up being moved 6 times in a year. Wow. And she was heartbroken, and she really saw that it had a detrimental effect on the children. So she was inspired to find something better. She knew we could do better for children. And she searched and found the Angels model of foster care, which was developed in San Diego. And so really what was unique about this was it's not at all about the convenience of adults. It starts with thinking about what's the very best experience that this baby can have while in foster care.
Explain what people traditionally think foster care is, and then what makes the way you guys approach it a little bit different.
So resource families can foster up to 6 children at a time. Angels foster care is a little different. Our families only foster either one baby or toddler at a time or one sibling set, ages 0 to 5. With very young children, the parents really need to have the time to spend with the child so that in those critical first few years of life, when all the circuitry in the brain is developing, that babies can feel safe and know they're going to be taken care of, and they can trust adults and they can bond in a healthy way. And that sets them up for success for the rest of their lives. That's why we focused in that age range, because we know that adverse childhood experiences lead to poor health, for one thing, as people grow older, and also lead to all kinds of developmental issues, emotional issues, all kinds of things that are going to really follow a child throughout their lives. So what we do know is that one way to help children in that age range heal from prior maltreatment is to provide love and connection and healthy bonding with a parent or caregiver. Really, it's the best thing for these children, and it sets our whole community up for a better future. One of the problems with traditional foster care is that sometimes children end up bouncing around from home to home, and that just adds trauma to a situation where a child's already coming from a bad place, or an insecure place. So what we want to do is make sure that they stay in one place, make sure that the parents have all the time and energy they need, and then we intensively support that family. So we have an entirely extra layer of social worker support. They're available 24/7 for emergencies. They're just trusted advisors to the families, and anything that could happen with a young child in foster care, they know what to do. It's really all about making sure that those children have the best possible environment that they can have during that time when
Sure.
they're in care.
Obviously there's a county-wide need, but focusing on Lompoc, what would you like people in Lompoc to know, both in terms of what's needed or the deficit maybe that's here, but also the opportunity that is available for people here to consider looking into this a little bit more?
The percentage of children going into the foster care system in Lompoc has been growing over the last year or so. So it's really important to try to keep families in the same community.
Mm-hmm.
So what we would love to do ideally is make sure that we find families in Lompoc to take care of children from Lompoc. Right now, we could really use more families who want to help a child, who could really use some love and safety and care for a year, 18 months, maybe eventually adopt into the family. The need is out there. Your neighbors need your help. Your youngest, most vulnerable neighbors need your help. And if you have it in your heart to help a baby or a toddler from Lompoc, we would love to work with you and help you do that.
Thank you so much, Holly.
Oh, so much information about something that we've never even really thought about.
Yeah.
We don't have kids, but just understanding the issues that can arise in a community,
Yeah.
And you had some facts or some interesting
Well, it was
tidbits to
interesting. A
add,
couple
so.
things that she noted that I double checked was 90% of the brain development happens before age 6. So that is such a important time to make sure that child has a good environment. And for that reason, they do have some extra requirements for people who decide to foster. But you can find all that information on their website. So it's just angelsfostercare.org. You can go to requirements there and learn more.
What about their success?
The other thing, so they've adopted 267 children. So
They've adopted?
267 children have been placed since they started in 2006, and roughly half of them were adopted. So if that's, people foster for different reasons, whether you just want to help and support, or if you are looking for adoption. I thought that was
Yeah, it was really, it just never even had heard about it. And we're just so grateful that they reached out. And it's such a beautiful story that, oh my gosh, we have to share that with our audience.
Yeah.
So anyway, a lot of you know people that do foster kids. So just remember to give them a little extra love and respect.
Yes.
It takes a very special person to take care of a child that isn't even theirs.
And if obviously you can't support as a foster family, you can always volunteer or support financially. So that's also an option as well. So thank you so much, Holly.
So I thought maybe we could get into Mr. James Hurd and
Yes.
then a couple of quick announcements to set up for next week, and then we're out for the
Sorry,
weekend.
we have a little bit of a longer show today. I apologize. So, but James Hurd, our junior anchorman, he had some weekend tips to make your weekend a little bit better. So thank you so much, James.
Go! Good morning, Lompoc. I have some pretty cool tips for your weekend. Number 1, go to the mission. Number 2, play in the pool. Go. Number 3, go to the bike park. Number 4, play with chalk. Butte. And don't forget, support local businesses.
Killed it, James. Oh, you're a rock
If
star.
that doesn't make you smile, you're heartless.
Now, just so you know, James, his dad is a chiropractor here in town at Life Chiropractic, and they're just really special people and good friends. And so remember, I think that and Spoken Body is in there as well.
Yep, and maybe now she can open up. Since
I think that maybe happens. So Brittany Miranda, I think, might be opening up her Spoken Body massage business again.
Yes, her son is
needed.
our other Junior Anchorman, but he's our weatherman.
Yes,
so that's
which we'll see on Monday. Yep. Now, on Monday, our goal, we've over the weekend, we're going to interview a couple more, but we're going to put together a really in-depth and exciting segment just talking to moms, diverse moms throughout the Lompoc Valley about living here, about the challenges, about the good things, and what they'd like to see this town be for their kids. So that should be really fascinating. So make sure that you set a reminder for our show on Monday at 8:30.
Yes.
Anything else we need to mention for the weekend?
I think that's it. I hope everyone has an amazing weekend. Thank you so much for joining us and joining us every week. We so appreciate you guys. We definitely would not be doing this without you and without your support, without you watching.
Yes, and thank you for telling your friends. We've got a lot of new viewers and people following. We really appreciate it, and we hope to deliver for them.
So stay safe, wear a mask in public, and enjoy the weekend. And here is your moment of Zen. See you Monday.